Good morning. It's great to be here. Appreciate the opportunity, and thank you, ACEC, for inviting me. I want to start by asking who out there, what firms are already serving the oil and gas market? It's hard to see from up here. Quite a few. Well, I'll tell you now, my message is not for you. If you're in the business already, there's probably nothing I can tell you that you haven't already learned. My message is for those firms who are thinking, wow, this looks like a big opportunity, and how can I get involved? And so I got a confession to make. I'm not an expert. Freese and Nichols is actually a newbie in the business. We've been in Texas for 120 years and did very little serving the oil and gas business in that 120 years. It's kind of like living in Vail and not learning how to ski. But we finally got smart, and when the Barnett Shale got hot, we were in the right place at the right time to get our feet wet, and 7 years ago I led the development of an energy practice at Freese and Nichols. So what I'm going to do is try to share a little bit today of some of the lessons that we've learned for those of you who are thinking about how can I get involved. In Texas, we say everything's bigger in Texas. I know that's obnoxious. I can say that because I'm a fairly recent transplant, only haven't been there for 14 years. But oil and gas is big in Texas. And this is kind of hard to see, but you can see the outline of Texas there, and you can see that the oil and gas plays basically cover the entire state. The slide on the right is the Permian Basin, and it is kind of the granddaddy of them all in Texas. It's been in production for almost 100 years and is right now the most active play in Texas. And you wonder, how can a play that's been in production for 100 years still be so prolific? And it's because of the advent of horizontal drilling and hydraulic fracturing in the way that it's being done now. By the way, this term hydraulic fracturing is misused all across the country. It's become almost a curse word in Texas. And really across the country. Hydraulic fracturing has been done for a very long time. But coupling that with horizontal drilling is what's made these plays now profitable and being able to technically be produced. But in Texas, we have the Eagle Ford Shale down in the south part, the Haynesville off in the east, the Barnett in North Texas, and then the Permian Basin out in West Texas. And the Permian is literally hundreds of feet thick with different producing areas, producing zones. And they used to drill those wells vertically and produce, 50 feet, 100 feet. Now they're drilling these wells 5,000, 7,000, even 10,000 feet horizontally in these plays and fracturing them. And that's how an area that used to produce maybe 100 barrels a day for a well is now producing 1,000 barrels a day. And that drives the need for infrastructure.